Okay, today I'm working on some landscapes. I've got two boards. This is an MDF board, and I have put gesso very loosely on the front. And this is a thin wood board that I got on Amazon. This is going to be a clock when it's done. And I'm just doing an abstract landscape, just something really loose with my gel printed papers and my bits of handmade papers that I have. I have a big stack of these, so. And it's just going to be a loose landscape, nothing really fancy. What I'm doing first is I'm going to decide on where my skyline's going to be. And I'm just using a pencil. Don't worry about the pencil marks because I'll be going over it with other things. This one, I think I want like kind of mountainous and like that. Kind of something like that on that one. So what I'm going to do first, then I'm going to do a thin coat of blue where the sky is going to be on this one, a very thin coat of blue. And I'll do it on a sheet of paper here. Yes, I'm not as organized. I had a bad morning. I had something planned. Something that I had worked on for a long time. Put it in a folder, put it away, and of course I have no idea where it is. But I'm not going to let that shake me. Worse things have happened. Alright, now I'm just going to get any old brush. Get it nice and wet. And just really loosely, matter of fact wetter than that, put this weird blue color up here. Matter of fact, I'm probably going to mix that with white. I'm not liking that intensity of that. Even better, mix it with this. There. Because I have no idea what blue the sky is going to be, but by doing it this way, I don't have to worry about white spots. I can just start putting paper on. Plenty of water so I can pull it down. And I don't want it a flat color. I want it mottled like this. You don't want a flat color? Well, I don't know what you want. I don't want a flat color. I want it going in all different directions. I want it darker here, lighter there. So when I put the paper over it, it'll be even more interesting. Now that just gives me my skyline. I'll do the same thing on this one. Now you don't have to do this, of course. I'm going to water it down a lot more. You really don't have to do this. I just like doing this because it saves me from having to go back and, oh, that spot's white, and the white spots will bother me. Believe me, I don't like white. I often do the gesso in black gesso, but then you have to fight to get the other colors to show on top of it, so it does look nice though. If I had one out here I would show you, but I don't have one in the studio. I'm going to give this a real line look. Just get the white spots. Alright. Yeah. Now on this one, I'm not worried about painting the edges. The other one's going to be in a frame, but this one I'm going to go around the edge with a black or gold pen, because this is going to be a clock hanging on the wall. Now the bottom section, I'll take an off-white. This is Naples Yellow Red Light. And I'm just going to get, I'm not even going to worry about pushing the brush, just going to get covering that. And you don't have to do this. I mean, you can go right on the board. A lot of people do. I just like the continuity this gives me if it has an undercoat. be too fussy on this one, just where this part, because I think the foreground's going to be darker. I'm not sure. But that works good for me. I'm just going to leave this part. So I think that's going to be darker anyways. And I really should be using a bigger brush, I know. I'm just worried where these two meet. That I can get those colors. And on this one too, I think I'm going to leave here. Just get that. Okay. Yeah, I think I'll leave that white. Alright, that's the end of the painting. Let that dry for a minute. And while it's drying, I'll show you the papers that I have. This is my, put your pencil up. This is my stack of gel printed pages, as you can see. I got a good variety of colors. Some dark, some light, some bright, some muted. And this one that looks like it would make a lovely sky. And I'm going to tear these. I'm not going to cut them. I'm just going to tear the shape so they'll be all jagged. And these are handmade papers that I got at the art store. There's some nice ones there. That purple is lovely. And these are the lace papers that I will put in. Probably in the foreground, maybe over there. I don't know. But I've got lovely lace papers. This one's gorgeous. They're a little harder to stick down, so this one's nice. I'm going to be using, this is actually handmade paper I made years ago, and this one too. This is an old card. Made that years ago. And I might use that in places, we'll see. Okay, let's get rid of that. Now, they should be dry because it's warm out here. So, I'm going to use gel medium. I'm thinking of getting some Yes paste. I mean, I keep hearing good things about it, so I might get myself some Yes paste and try that. But right now I'm using matte medium because I don't like the gloss so much. Where's my glue brush? Way in the end, of course. Okay. Let's get it mostly dry. Okay. So I'm going to get a piece of plastic to, well, I'll worry about that when I get to the lace papers, but first, let's start tearing up. I saw this. I wonder if that would make interesting parts to the sky. I don't know. I don't like those black lines in it. So, let's make some decisions. Oh, here we go. Now always remember, when you're tearing your paper, if you don't want the white to show, the part that you bring towards you will not have the white. That will be the edge that will have all the color. The white will be in what's going the other way. Let's see if we like that. Maybe just the whole thing is a sky. Huh. I don't usually use big sheets, but that's not a bad sky, is it? Well, that's interesting. Let's go for that. I'm just tearing it along the board so it fits. Like I said, this is not supposed to look like any particular place. This is just an abstract landscape of colors. I'll cut that off when it's done. So, let's do one side at a time. It is warm out here, so this is going to dry quick, so I'm going to have to do it in pieces. Push it out with my hands so it's flat. Not pulling it all the way up. It's not going past where the glue is. We are still recording, aren't we? Oh, I've had such problems lately finding things and getting this thing to record, and I'm actually, like a crazy person, actually starting another channel because a couple of people, well, more than a couple of people have asked me about, because I do eBay sales too, to help pay for my art supply, because you kind of have to. There's a little white spot there, and I think it's from the print itself. I'm going to go back. Now see, there's a little bit of wrinkling, which I could work out if I wanted, but, you know, considering we're going to be layering it with stuff like this, I don't need to worry about wrinkles. Now, while that sky is drying, we'll work on this one. See if I can find a wild blue. Now see, I really like this, but I don't think, yeah, we'll have to cover in pieces. Oh no, wait a minute. I might be able to get it like that. But I don't know. Maybe I'll want pieces. Let's do it in strips. Maybe we'll alternate it with strips of something else. Oh. Decisions. You know? No. We'll just do strips. Let's see, we'll start up here. This is how I build landscapes and abstracts. And I like layering them. I like, let's see, let's get some of this green out of here. Nobody wants a green sky. The only time I've ever seen a green sky was when I was in Oklahoma in the Army. And it actually, I didn't know what it was. It was like, I'm seriously like pea soup. I did not know what it was. And I went in because I was a mid-cycle gain, which means they didn't have a place for me until the other part of the unit finished AIT. So, now see, in some areas, see that white doesn't look too bad on here. It's like wisps. If you can see the white, but and I went out and saw it, and it was I told the first sergeant, because I was on watch, came in and told him the sky looked funny, and he said, how funny? And I told him, he said, that's a tornado. Well, I was from New England. I didn't know nothing about tornadoes. So it's going to be a very dark sky. We're going to need a moon on this one. that looks nice right there. It's a nice peak. I'm going to make that the way it goes. Okay. Let's put this on. I try not to leave lumps of. And normally I would brush a coat on top too, but I'm going to be going over this with paint and stuff, so I don't want to do that. Because some things won't cling to it very well if I've got a nice coat of matte medium over the top, or at least not as well as they will if I don't have that. Okay. Alright, let's just go along here. Get it started. That's actually a very nice skyline right there. And I'm not using too generous a coat. I'm trying to go quick because it's warm out here. I don't want it drying on me. And you don't need very much to stick it down really good. And I know a lot of people swear by doing it on both sides, but I haven't found out where I've needed to do that. I'm actually liking those white pieces. Let's fill the sky with this. In pieces. And I'll cut what I need to over the edge when I'm done. Oh, I like the pieced part. Oh, I like the direction it's pointing to. Now if I can get one coming this way, that will be nice. Yeah, nice light one. Pointing towards the mountain. Well, it is getting warm out here. I like that. I like the way that the piecing is working on this. I don't normally piece the skies too much. But in this case, this is really working. At least in my mind it is. I hope when I'm able to stay relatively clean. I'm going to turn it over. Once it's dry, I'm going to turn it over and cut it with an X-Acto knife. Oh, I like that going down that way. Oh, I really like that. That is a weird sky. We will let that dry. I'll go back to the other one now. See, this is why I usually work more than two at a time. Now see, there are some places where the paper doesn't go, but because it's painted blue, I don't have to run in there and do something with it if I don't want, because it still looks right. Let's let that dry. Now this, we have to start. Now I'm going to probably go from light to dark maybe. This one's definitely, if I use this, it's definitely going to have to be pieced. I really like this here. Alright. Let's see what we get doing this. trying to twist it and turn it because I don't want it perfectly straight. I don't want this to be real jagged. Alright, we're going to have to piece this one. Ooh, that up there is bad. We don't want it too long, so and basically what I'm going to just do is overlapping strips of color and contrast. Alright. Now I'm going to come over that one with some. Yeah, let's do this. Don't know if I'm actually loving that. Let's see what it looks like when we come down with another color under it. Oh, okay. The only one I'm not loving is this right here. That why I'm not loving it, I don't know. Okay, I like the variation. Like I said, I'm going to come back with something. Paint, pen and ink, whatever. I think I'm going to move this up. I think I like it better there. Alright, let's put down some of it. Ah, I dropped my brush all the way in the glue. Never do that. Okay. And I think I'm making a. On the peaks, I'm going to put some glue right on the peaks just to make sure they stay down. Bring the glue across here. Yeah, I'm going to try that Yes paste. Heard good things about it. Ah, I went right over the top of this and didn't want to. It's got a nice crinkly look to it, but what I think I'm going to do, what I don't think I like is that that's so dark. So, let's go back and get some more of the yellow. Yeah, see, that's much better. That is much better. Gives it more character. Can you see that? Now basically that's just what I'm going to do. I'm going to end up. And look, the weirdest things you can use. This is from a scarecrow print that I did. I didn't like I don't know if you can see the scarecrow. I didn't like the scarecrow, but I love the colors. So we're going to rip some of this up and put it through there. And I'll probably just do this one and do the other one off camera. And in the end, I'll come back and show you what I've done. see if I like that on there. So I'm going to have to patch this one too. Oh, I like that. Right about there. I might cover this little spot that's orange over here, but I like that. A little bit higher. Okay. Rips pretty good right along the paint line. I like that. I try and go from light to dark to give it good contrast. Alright, I don't like this mountain the way it's looking. It needs to be a little bit smaller. It's taking away from everything else. Yeah, that's better. I like that. Like I said, this is just an afternoon play because I was frustrated not being able to find what I was planning on doing for this video, because it is my 100th video. But you know, art helps me work out my anguish, my anger, my fears, just about everything. So I just pick something up and do it. Just do it, like Nike says. Just do it. Now I'm not pushing it down hard because I do want the wrinkles. They're mountains after all, you know. Oops. Let's see, I should have. There we go. If anything's going to come up, it's going to be those peaks. Now if you want it real flat, take a credit card and as you're gluing it, slide it down and push it down. Don't push too hard because you'll tear the paper, but you know, yeah, that's a big no. Now, I want to use some of these natural papers. I got some wicked purple right here. This I probably, if I'm going to use some of this, I would use it a little closer. But sometimes you can take the stuff and go over what you've done to add another dimension. I mean, I could go over that with that or something. But that's not what I want to do today. Let's use a thin strip of this purple. I've got two. This is kind of blue, purple. Let's use a thin strip of purple before we go on. I'm using the back side of it because I really don't want those. Yeah, no. Now the reason why I'm using a thin strip of this is this purple in that sky. Can you see? So, just having a thin strip of it right there. Pull it out Yeah, that stuff is hard to tear. Okay, so a thin strip of purple right here is what we want. This is, yeah, that's what I want. Yeah, I know the purple should be in the distance. That's what you normally see, but that's not what I'm doing today. This one I'm going to have to go over because they overlap. Now from there I'm going to go light. Light, 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 light. Light and bright maybe, and maybe with some pattern. Let's do light and maybe do that over it. Now, what do we have for light? I know I pulled out a bunch of yellows and oranges. This is pretty. It actually is pretty. Even as weird as it looks. Decisions, decisions. Ooh, I kind of like that. Let's tuck it and see what it looks like. You know, I like that a lot. And maybe just a tuft of something along the bottom. I don't know what, but I really like that. I think that just might be our final layer. And then we'll put something over it when we go to hit it with pen and ink. I really like that. I like the fact that it's going this way. And yet it looks right somehow, like feels or something. That's what we're going to do. So this one I'm actually going to cut. So cut it straight or... yes, I want to cut it straight. Well, semi-straight. Sort of straight. Not 100%. I don't want that purple to end up on here though. Right there. Lovely. Like I said, this is just an exercise and something to do. I'm going to do the other one the same way off camera. And let me flip this over. Cut this so you can see. And I might have to go touch up the edges with glue, but I'm not worried about it right now. 'Cause really, in between the layers, that's why I usually work on a bunch at once, because usually in between the layers I'll let it dry. But anyhow, I have to clean the scissors. I just cut right through the glue. But anyways, now you see how I do the base for these. And I could leave it as this, and that's why I'm not going to do it right now. Oh, I have to cover that up. That little orange piece is bothering the heck out of me. Like I said, I lost track of where I was. I don't do them all at once. I'll do I'll do 3 or 4 at a time sometimes, usually just 3. And then I will let each stage dry so I can look at it and see, do I like this, do I like that? And that gives me time to think it through. And usually I go over it with something at the end. This one I kind of like. I might leave this. I kind of like the way this line in the mountains, and then there's a line in this mountains, and it kind of comes down here, almost like the rays of light are coming down. I like that a lot. Now see, it's not wanting to glue really well right there, because gluing it with that handmade paper is sometimes really problematic. It doesn't want to stick. You see what I mean? Sometimes you have to really go into it. So we're going to go another line into it. Really coat it. Now I'm going to push it down really hard with my finger a little bit at a time. Trying to get it to marry together. It won't want to, because that homemade paper sometimes is very fibrous. And the fibers are real dry and they just soak up your glue and laugh at you. Alright, there's my landscape. I hope you enjoy it. Like I said, I'll do the other one off camera. And at the end of the video, I'll show you the pics of both of them. I don't think I'm going to do anything more to this one. I really like it. So, thank you very much. Thank you for viewing my videos. If you want to see more, please subscribe. Give me a like if you liked it. This is my 100th video. Give me a 100 video like, please. Hit the bell icon if you want to be notified when my videos come out. And like I said, I am coming out with a new channel, but it has little to do with art, more to do with hunting treasure. I love to shop in thrift shops and antique shops and all that. Hunt for treasure. Sometimes I'll make it into artwork. I find a lot of art supplies hunting antique shops and thrift shops and flea markets, garage sales. That'll be coming out soon. But thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed my 100th video. I enjoyed making it. You have a lovely, lovely day.